take a 6-5 lead. Let's go. Hill is tested, and he's up to the challenge. Ball game. Sox come from behind and win it.
They battled back in the game, then they took the lead, gave it away, but came back and took it away.
This team is making improvements.
Heroic home runs from unlikely sources and highlight reel catches for the White Sox last night. They rode all of that and more to a pretty good record over their last 13 games. In fact, by OPS, the White Sox have been the second best team in baseball since the middle of April. Only the Yankees have been better. It's been a lot of fun to watch these White Sox. They can take the series against the Royals tonight with a win here at Wright Field. Good pitching matchup tonight as well. The tall one, Noah Schultz, starts for the White Sox. Tough one his last time out, looking to bounce back. A tall order in Seth Lugo, who has always pitched well against the White Sox. He'll throw 9 different pitches, a kitchen sink righty for the Royals tonight. Welcome into the ballpark, everybody. I'm Connor McKnight. Great to have you with us. A real fun one for the White Sox last night. Shoot, the final one against the Mariners was a blast. Close ball games always are, and this team has gone in the right direction and taken advantage of just the little things along the way. It's been a lot of fun to watch them, too. For more on just how the White Sox have gotten to where they have over the last couple, here's Brooke Fletcher.
Yeah, Connor, another day and another game where the White Sox won by 1 run. And they are 7-5 in those 1-run games this season compared to 15-36 in those games just a season ago. Same games, but very different results. Will Venable, he gave a lot of credit to just the growth of this team and how they continue to find different ways to win, whether it's timely hitting, pitching, or situational execution. He said they're getting contributions from everyone in that clubhouse. And it also helps when you're having fun, right? Derek Hill told me this is the most fun he's ever had playing baseball because every guy in that clubhouse is pulling from the same side, no matter when or how they got here. And someone who has really stepped up lately, how about Chase Mydroth? Coming up, he has been one of the most consistent hitters in that lineup, chasing 12 straight games with a hit. Can he get the job done here tonight? John and Steve will have more on this on the other side of the break. We'll be right back.
It's the Kia Summer Sticker.
White Sox baseball on Chicago Sports Network is presented by Toyota. Visit your local Chicagoland Toyota dealer or Toyota.com today. Let's go places. By Davis Law Firm, your Chicago lawyer. By Prevagen, made for your brain. And by Wintrust. Different approach, better results. That's Wintrust. Visit wintrust.com/here to learn more. White Sox riding high coming into tonight. A 3-game win streak, looking to make it 4, looking to win this series. Thanks to 3 home runs last night, a come-from-behind victory. And the White Sox now have scored almost 51% of their runs via the home run. That is the highest percentage in Major League Baseball. Looking to keep the good times rolling here in Game 2 of this series here against the Royals. What is up, everybody? Welcome inside the booth alongside Steve Stone. I'm John Schriffen. Well, the White Sox with a win tonight have a chance to get to 500 for the first time this season. Now, the offense, it has been powered by the big bats, Murakami, Vargas, and Montgomery. But last night we saw some unlikely heroes providing some power, specifically Chase Mydroth.
Well, whether it's Hill or Romo, or in this case Mydroth, the other guys are contributing too. And last night in the 5th inning, Chase came up and hit a 3-run homer. But he also has an 11-game hitting streak where he's hitting .326, on-base percentage of .370, slugging percentage of .558. Oh, and by the way, he scored 9 runs. So he's looking for 12 in a row tonight. He's hitting the ball all over, but occasionally Will Venable says to him, you know what, you're strong enough to hit the ball out of the ballpark. In certain situations, go up and try to make it happen.
Coming up, here's that man again, the top pitching prospect in the White Sox organization. Noah Schultz takes the mound for his 6th start of the season. First pitch, let's win this series. It's coming up next.
Flight.
Bring him out. Bring him out. The big lefty, Noah Schultz, gets the White Sox onto the field as we get set for the start of Game 2 against the Royals. Looking for a bounce-back outing here for Noah Schultz coming off of his last appearance here for the White Sox.
Well, certainly we're going to find out a lot about Noah Schultz. He's still very young in this game. but also last time out he got hit pretty hard. That was the first time where the other team just overwhelmed him. How he comes back today will tell a lot. He's still going to be a very young pitcher, gaining experience with each and every start, and we'll see how it plays out tonight with the wind pretty much blowing in from left center field.
Let's take a look at the starting lineup for the visiting Kansas City Royals, and like so many teams are doing against Noah Schultz, they are stacking this lineup with righties. Vinny Pasquantino is the only lefty in the lineup. Lefties have still not got a hit off Schultz this season.
Well, you can understand it with the stuff that he has, and he's been a dominating pitcher so far. We'll see if that carries over against a team that usually has luck against the Sox, but not so much this year. There's a look at Noah on for his 6th start. 25 innings, an ERA above 4.5. He's probably walked a few more guys than he would like. 23 strikeouts, 16 walks, hard hit percentage at 32.8. And there you look at how he's going to use his stuff. The 4-seamer at 28%, the sweeper at 24%, the sinker, which is a 2-seam fastball, at 23%, then a few cutters and not many changes yet. Let's take a look at the defense and how Will is going to line them up tonight. It's Sam, Tristan, and Jared in the outfield left to right with Vargas, Montgomery, Mydroth, and Murakami. Drew Romo, the home run machine, is behind the plate, and we told you about Noah Schultz. The weather's presented by Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, and Electric. 54 degrees, humidity at 55%. The wind at the moment blowing from left field to right field, and it is a bit of a chilly night here. Behind the plate, Jen Powell. All strikes 15% below major league average.
First pitch from Noah Schultz pops the mitt in there, 94 miles per hour. Strike one to Michael Garcia. Steve, one of the things we're going to look for from Noah Schultz, especially here in this first inning, he's given up 7 first-inning walks, and he's allowed a walk in the first inning in 4 of his 5 starts. So he's looking for command here in this first inning.
Well, the one issue would be then he knows what he's done, but he can't just aim the ball because you got 2 guys who can really hit it at the top. You got Garcia and Witt. You control them tonight for Noah, it'll be a good night.
Quickly gets the count here to 0-2 against Michael Garcia.
Now let's see if he can break that slider, maybe a backdoor slider, which in this case would be on the outside corner. Start it at the left-hand batter's box and see if you can nip the corner.
Oh, 2 from Schultz.
Went out there just a little too wide.
Michael Garcia, one of the hottest hitters on the team right now, hitting .385 over his last 7 games. The appeal to first. It is Ben May on the call. Said he did not go around. Ball 2.
This is what Ben May saw. Looked like he checked it up.
2 balls, 2 strikes. An early nice catch from behind the plate. Okay. 2-2 from Schultz. Could not bend that one back over the plate. So from 0-2 to 3-2 to start this ball game. A little chilly night here. Hoodie weather here on the south side of Chicago. Here's the payoff. In there, called strike 3.
Garcia was looking for a slider. There's no doubt about it, and he takes one that's up in the zone. It turns out to be a pretty big pitch. This is 2-seam fastball. You can see the grip, and Garcia didn't see the ball very well.
He will now face Mr. Everything, Bobby Witt Jr. with 1 out. Last 24 games, Witt Jr.'s hitting .344, 15 extra base hits, and he has scored 19 times.
He's not only a run producing player, but he's also a table setter.
Couple shake-offs from Schultz as he falls behind here 2-0 against Bobby Witt Jr. Witt here in his 5th season in Major League Baseball, just 25 years old, but has already emerged as one of the best players in the game.
Play he made last night in the hole, getting up quickly and getting the throw across. There's not a lot of shortstops can do that. He's able to do just about everything with the glove, and yet you factor in all the other tools he has. This is some player.
And they have multiple guys in this lineup who really want to play the game every single day. Witt Jr., Salvador Perez. Hit hard on the ground to third. It is Miguel Vargas. Throw across the diamond in time, and there's 2 down. It is time for our lines to watch, presented by Circus Sports. Sports betting the way it should be. We take a look at Noah Schultz and his strikeout total for tonight. Over under, Steve, is set at 4.5.
I like the over because I think he's going to hang around in this game pretty well, and the stuff usually is outstanding. He doesn't have his good slider yet, but he will have it as he moves along and gets a little looser.
The chilly weathers and the temperature right now, how can that affect a young pitcher, and maybe how things will change as the game goes on?
Well, he's going to get looser, and I think what he has to do is establish that he can get the slider over the plate. That was a good one, the last pitch. And most hitters will tell you it's to the advantage of the pitcher on a cool night. Now, this is not a cold night, but it is cool, especially when you work inside. And one of the things that Noah's able to do, he's been doing it most of his career, is working inside to the right-hand hitters. It makes the outside part of the plate that much further away.
I think that fan's face will say maybe it's a cold night as he is bundled under the blanket, because once that wind whips through here.
It's a good idea, though.
Lane Thomas in the box, pops this one up as Mydrop drifts back and will make the catch. A very good start. 1-2-3 first inning for Noah Schultz. On for your Chicago White Sox. Well, it worked yesterday, so why not run it back? Sam Antonacci's at the top, followed by Murakami, Vargas, Montgomery. Chase Mydrop went deep. Drew Romo went deep yesterday. Let's see how they follow it up here tonight.
We'll take a look at Seth Lugo, who is the epitome of the crafty veteran. On for his 9th start, ERA a fine 3.21. Hard hit rate 38%. That's pretty good. Strikeout to walk ratio is outstanding. And this is how Lugo's going to use his stuff tonight. The sinker 20%, the 4-seamer, then the curve, then the cutter, the slider, the sweeper, the changeup, the slurve, and the slow curve. He's got variations of 9 different pitches.
A lot of variations, a lot of buttons on PitchCom. On the count here to Sam Antonacci, leading things off. And it's interesting, something is going to have to give here tonight, because Seth Lugo on the mound has only allowed 1 home run this season, but the White Sox are 4th in Major League Baseball, hitting 54 home runs this year.
Well, Lugo depends on changing speeds. I mean, you're going to look at various pitches in each at bat, but he's going to be changing speeds on everything. That's the reason he's able to hang around as long as he has.
Missing off the outside corner. 2-2 the count here to Antonacci.
Now, that was his 4-seamer. It was 91 miles an hour. I believe he'll be able to get a few more miles per hour out of it.
Slashed into left field. It is Collins on the move, making the catch for the first out to start this bottom of the first.
Let's take a look at the defense that the Royals throw out there with Collins, Thomas, and Marte in the outfield left to right. Garcia, Witt Jr., Lofton, and Pasquantino with Elias Diaz behind the plate, former All-Star from the Colorado Rockies. And the wind is a big factor tonight. As you can see, it's going to knock it down the left field line, knock it down in left center. It's not going to knock it down quite as much in right and right center.
That is good news for the man at the plate, Munetaka Murakami, who had so much power that he has been slicing home runs through the wind.
One of the things that I'm not sure how teachable it is, but he gets a lot of backspin on every fly ball he hits. And unlike some other guys who hit with a lot of topspin, the ball just doesn't come down.
Enters play tonight with 15 home runs. That is 3rd in Major League Baseball, trailing Kyle Schwarber with 17 and Aaron Judge with 16. And it's so encouraging when you have a guy like Murakami who did not have his best night last night, and the White Sox still providing power in the lineup. 3 home runs hit in the game.
Well, certainly Mooney has been exciting. And really with Lugo, you can't sit on one pitch because he throws a bunch of them and changes speeds on all of them.
After the time, here's the payoff pitch from Lugo. Murakami hits it hard but foul. If you're a veteran pitcher and you're reading a swing like that, what does that tell you?
Well, number one, he was probably looking for an off-speed pitch, which tells you go up and in with a fastball.
This one laced into center field, so Murakami with a 1-out single here in this first inning.
I don't think Lugo wanted to get that one down that low because that's exactly where Mooney wanted it. You see a fastball, it's basically outer third, but he's able to take it right back up the middle.
All of Murakami's hits this season, majority either home runs or singles, with 1 double mixed in there. Diaz frames that pitch. Strike 1 called here to Miguel Vargas.
He's been heating it up lately.
Ooh.
Been a big factor whether he hits the ball out of the park or not. Came up with a big run batted in the 5th on a base hit to left center.
He is looking to be the 3rd member of this White Sox team to reach double-digit home run numbers already. It's been fun to see the home runs, right? Obviously, we showed in the Open the White Sox scoring almost 51% of the runs via the home run, but they're also providing runs in different variety of ways.
Well, I love the fact that they brought the bunt back as an offensive tool, not necessarily just get a guy over.
Vargas lines this one into left field. Back-to-back singles, and the Sox have something cooking here in this first inning.
Miguel is showing you on that swing how to hit an off-speed pitch. You see the breaking ball, and he keeps his hands back, and that's the key. You can move out with the front leg. If you keep your hands back, you can adjust to an off-speed pitch. He did it perfectly, and that shows you just how much he's maturing as a hitter.
Colson Montgomery steps in with 1 down. And the White Sox are hoping to get to Lugo here in this first inning, like Cleveland got to him last Thursday in that first inning. Was not a sharp start for Lugo. Pitched 29 pitches in a first inning where he gave up 3 runs.
Well, hopefully more of the same here tonight. You do have to get to him early because he does get stronger as he moves along. Right now he's trying to get everything he can out of that fastball, but it's 91-92. Normally it's a little better than that.
One ball, 1 strike. I loved you talking through the approach from Vargas, because you can tell if you try to do too much against a pitcher like Lugo, it just plays into his hands.
Yeah, he's not going to let you hit too many out of the ballpark. Not that it can't be done, but on that pitch, which was a breaking ball down, you just can see the fact it's not going out of the park, and he made good solid contact. And again, the key was keeping his hands back as long as he possibly could.
Here's pitch number 20 in this first inning. Missing upstairs. 2-2 the count here to Montgomery.
You can watch his hands. The foot comes forward, but the hands stay back long enough to make good solid contact. One of the reasons they went after Diaz was his defensive prowess. They feel whatever he hits is a plus, but they love his defense, the ability to pick the ball out of the dirt, to block all pitches, and to try to control a running game.
3-2. And it is in there. Strike 3. Let's go to Brooke for a scoop from the clubhouse.
Chase Meindroth told me that he really likes hitting fifth in the lineup. He said that he doesn't change his approach, but it does allow him to get a different look, seeing how pitchers are attacking a guy like Miguel Vargas ahead of him, who also is a righty. But Will Venable told me it's all about just creating some sustainability and just balancing that lineup. They said that he makes good swing decisions, he makes good contact. He's also taking more shots. Even though the strikeouts might be a little up, the slug is also up too for Chase, guys.
Good stuff. I asked him about the home run yesterday. I said, was that you taking a shot? He said, I had a pitch I could drive. That was it. It wasn't me trying to hit the ball out of the ballpark.
Will said something interesting when you and I talked to him before the game. What he said was that he knows if Chase starts to become a run producer at any level, the batting average will go down. He feels it's a good trade to make. A little less batting average and a little more run production. And Chase is able to do that. And that ball looked like it was outside off the corner.
So we do have a challenge from Chase Meindroth.
The batter is challenging the call strike.
So the first challenge tonight, ABS, powered by T-Mobile.
And there it is.
The call is overturned. Chicago has 2 challenges remaining.
And more important than that, a 2-1 count. So he's ahead in the count to a guy with all kinds of different pitches to wipe you out when he gets ahead.
Lugo's also a guy I've noticed works very fast on the mound. Even though he has so many pitches in his arsenal, he's able to dial them up quickly. 3-1. On the ground, this could be 2. Witt Jr. No, excuse me, that was out number 3 there in the first inning. That'll do it. No score after 1. Top of the second, no score. This half inning is brought to you by Wintrust. Really good start on the mound for Noah Schultz, as he will face 4, 5, 6 in this order for the Kansas City Royals, starting with Salvador Perez. Perez was 2 for 5 of the game last night with a home run, and we have a challenge on that first pitch.
Perez thought it was inside.
The batter is challenging
It's really
the call
close.
strike.
We'll see if the catcher, who is now the hitter, knows the strike zone.
Call is overturned.
The answer would be yes.
Kansas City has 2 challenges remaining.
ABS powered by T-Mobile, so the count is 1-0 to start this one. Perez has been dealing with hip and groin soreness, so they've been trying to manage it by giving him DH as many times as they can, even though he did get behind the plate last night.
Well, there's no doubt he loves to catch, and left to his own devices, he would catch every day. But they realize they can get much more production out of him if they don't catch him all that often. That looks like a little slider on the outside corner. Saw Salvi swing through it.
One-two pitch.
One thing about Noah, he will throw consistently inside. For a starting pitcher with over 15 innings, he throws the second most pitches inside to right-hand hitters.
When you were a young pitcher and you were coming off of maybe a tough outing, what was the key for you mentally to be prepared the next time you take the mound?
Well, it depends on what I did last time. In his case, you just completely wipe it away. You take a look at it, you watch what he did to get himself in that position, you don't do it again.
Into center field, Peters now going back on it at the warning track, will make the catch just shy of the wall.
We showed you the wind and how it knocks the ball down. Perez knows that just about any other place on maybe any other day, that's a home run. He crushes this ball. But the wind allows Peters to go back and make the catch. That was 103.3 miles an hour off the bat. Not one of his better shots, but good enough to usually get it out of the park.
Strike one here to Nick Lofton. Gets the start at second base tonight, batting .279 on the season.
I think Lofton thought that was up and out of the zone, but he wasn't sure enough to make a challenge.
It's a Royals team that's been very streaky. They had won 5 games in a row, and after the loss last night, they've now lost 4 of their last 6 games, as Matt Quatrero still tries to get everybody on the same page. On the ground, Montgomery. Lofton is retired for out number 2. Still a few guys that just haven't got going, like Vinny Pasquantino, who's stepping in right now.
Yeah, one of the reasons why he's hitting as far down in the order as he is because Noah's been dominant against left-handers, and his stuff is usually so good. Most managers, unless he's a guy like Naylor, they're not going to play left-handers against Noah Schultz.
So the first 5 starts of Noah Schultz's career, lefties are 0 for 14 with 6 strikeouts.
And you're right about one thing, John. They got to get Pasquantino going, or that's going to really hurt this ball club.
Off the end of the bat, my drop drifting back over the shoulder. Are you kidding me? My drop just putting on a show this series against the Royals.
Boy, this is quite a play, and you got a good communication, or you don't get run over by somebody in that outfield. Noah Schultz is very happy. 2 hitless innings, 6 up, 6 down. And we'll see if the Sox can do some damage to Lugo.
Benintendi could not hold his swing there as we start this home half of the second inning.
Well, you saw with that one pitch how they're going to try to work Benny, and that's upstairs.
Sox a couple singles off Lugo in the first, but couldn't scratch a run across.
Diaz did a nice job of trying to frame that and bring it down, but Howell would have none of it.
Notice Diaz has been holding those pitches a little extra time to hope to get that call.
I think the catchers are going to do that if they think it's a strike, but they don't think of it quite as much to make a call to see it again. So I think they were all out of the zone, and now Benny's worked the count to 3-2.
Swing and a miss, and that's how we start this home half of the second. Let's go to Connor for some news and notes.
John, Paul Skeens was ridiculous last night for the Pirates. He started the year with a 67.5 ERA. It is now 1.98, 6 earned over his last 8 starts. The last time the Dodgers were beaten this soundly and consistently, they played in Brooklyn. Last time they lost that 4 in a row. Claude Passot of the Phillies beat him up. Pinky Whitney was 1 for 3 in that ball game.
All right, Con, thank you so much. Single by Jared Kelenic, not waiting around. A 1-out single here in this second inning.
Well, Lugo is one of the great strike throwers in the game, especially on the first pitch. Kelenic does not wait around. Good movement, but he takes it through the left side. He's swinging the bat a whole lot better. And if Bobby Witt Jr. can't get to it, I don't think anybody else could.
Garcia, the third baseman, in on the grass as Tristan Peters steps in. Peters puts a charge into this one down the right field line. It's a fair ball. Kelenic off to the races. He's going to get waved in. The throw to the plate. Safe. White Sox strike first. An RBI triple from Tristan Peters.
Marte did the best he could do on the relay throw. This one is crushed down the line, looked like a cutter. This double is brought to you by Elgin Hyundai, home of the 20-year, 200,000-mile double warranty. And Jersley says, keep coming. We're going to put the pressure on the defense. And you got to love the fact that Romo was exactly where he should have been. If you're coming up next, you want to tell the base runner where to slide. Drew is right there, and you see the hand in well before the tag.
Play is bobbled by Pasquantino. That allows another run to score. It is 2-0 Sox here in this second inning off the error by Pasquantino.
There's no doubt that this is going to be a run batted in. It's an overhand curve. It's tapped to the right side. And right there, Pasquantino just misses it. So it's going to score a run anyway. 2-0 Sox.
It is indeed ruled E3 and RBI for Romo. If you're scoring at home, the previous hit by Tristan Peters, it was ruled a double, going to third on the throw. Well, the Sox have now led 14 straight, longest streak since 2021. Fans never like to throw over to first.
Nope.
Sox already with 4 hits off the starter Seth Lugo, as the lineup turns over here for Sam Antonacci. It is caught by Garcia, and there's out number 2 here in this second inning. Single in the first inning for Murakami.
Pretty good breaking ball in the first pitch, and Lugo, true to form, is getting ahead of most of these Sox hitters. First pitch strike rate of 68%.
Delayed strike call there, but it is strike 2. So breaking ball fastball to start this at bat. Romo takes his lead at first with 2 outs. Breaking ball in the air to left field. It is Collins near the line. And that'll do it for this second inning. But the Sox get on the board and lead it 2-0. Yesterday was a ribbon-cutting ceremony at the Chicago Children's Advocacy Center. And it was led by a tour of therapy dogs, Cass and Tiger. Noah Schultz was there, Mike Vassell, Grant Taylor were there for the opening. It is a new space in order to support children and families that have been impacted by abuse and violence. Let's clap it up for the young guys on the pitching staff getting out there, helping the Chicago community. And also, it was made possible by an $125,000 grant from the Chicago White Sox charities for that new space. So just a really great thing for the Chicago community.
Certainly very nice of the players to go out there and help. And fine looking hounds.
Oof. Could use some hounds in the booth. Starling Marte leads things off. What have you thought about this start so far for Noah Schultz?
Well, completely different than last time out, and he's showing that he can bounce back from a difficult outing where he gave up 7 earned runs.
You can tell he's telling himself some things. A little pep talk. Try to get back into this count. 3 balls and a strike. And he gives up his first walk here today and the first base runner for the Royals. Switch hitting. Isaac Collins bats from the right side.
Noah's not hitting the inside corner quite as regularly as he usually does. And Collins has been a pretty good player for the Royals.
So he's fallen behind the first two batters here to start this third inning. On the ground, big hop to Colson Montgomery starts it off. My drop to first. M&M turns the double play here in the third.
We'll take another look at a very snappy 6-4-3, and it's our Steinhoffels double play. Steinhoffels donates $200 to Special Spaces Illinois for every double play. Double plays that make a difference. Noah's pretty happy about that one. You walk the leadoff hitter, then you get saved by a double play.
Noah Schultz, normally a very quiet guy, mild-mannered, but when you talk to Will Venable and anybody else on the staff, they talk about his intensity, and we've seen that at moments already early in this ball game, talking to himself, pumping his fist.
It's just anything that works, and if it works for you to let off a little steam of exuberance, then go with it. There's so much promise in this young man. Sox are thinking he's going to be at or near the top of their rotation for quite some time.
Hit well down the line, but hooking foul. Top of the third. This half inning is brought to you by Hyundai. Elias Diaz, bottom of the order, signed a minor league contract with the Royals in spring training, as they needed some depth at the catcher position. And a strikeout number 2 for Noah Schultz here tonight.
We've been keeping an eye on Miguel Vargas' bat speed since the season started. He's added a few mph to the swing since arriving with the White Sox, but this year he's figured out how to get the bat through the zone even faster. If you look at the leaderboard of most speed added from last year to this year, Vargas is tied for first in baseball, and over his last 20 games, Miguel is second to only Aaron Judge in OPS in all of MLB.
He's been making some really good strides since he made the hand position change. I'm also keeping my eye on that jersey flapping open. It feels like each week he drops another button. When you're playing as well as Miguel Vargas is, you do whatever you want at the plate.
Most baseball players have a certain amount of superstition. If that's working for them, no problem.
We did get to the bottom of Antonacci having tape on his helmet. Maybe there's something to Miguel Vargas and the buttons disappearing on the jersey. It's working for him at the plate. A walk to start this home half of the third inning. That White Sox walk is presented by IDOT. You drive, you text, you pay. It's not a game.
There's no doubt that Miguel is going to take a look, and he's going to look at the motion of Lugo, because normally he feels like he can steal a base against just about anybody. He's 6 out of 6 in stolen bases this year.
Steve, we had so much fun on the broadcast last night with the shout outs, right? People were reaching out to me from all over the world, and a lot of people were saying Miguel Vargas is their favorite player right now, just the way he plays the game. That is hit hard, smoked past Pasquantino, as Vargas, he is digging for third. The White Sox will have runners at the corners with nobody out.
That's 106 miles an hour off the bat, and it's a fastball right down the middle. Lugo doesn't use the middle of the plate too often. And Pasquantino has no chance at all. Give you an idea how hard it's hit. He had to hold Vargas close at first. Colson just ripped it by him. So runners at the corners, nobody out. Never too early to add to that lead from Boom Boom Mybroth.
That home run last night, making an 11-game hit streak now for Boom Boom. I mean Chase Mydroth. It's this one hard to center field. It is Thomas getting underneath as Vargas tags. He will score from third. A sac fly RBI for Mydroth, and the White Sox take a 3-0 lead here in this third inning.
Good at bat for Chase because he knew that a deep enough fly ball is going to get him a run batted in. That's his 9th of the year, and he gets some appreciative love from his teammates.
That celebration for Mydroth last night, you can just tell everyone is getting involved. He was fired up. Everyone dapping him up as he's running through the line in the dugout.
Even though Lugo's a veteran pitcher, he still realizes you walk the leadoff man in any given inning, you're probably going to have to pitch out of a bigger jam than that.
Here to Benintendi. Ooh, nicely done by Jose Lejer at first with the lefty stab.
Now Benny somehow's got to protect against that high fastball. That's how Lugo struck him out to lead off the second inning.
Benintendi on a line of right field, but Marte got a good jump. He will make the catch as Montgomery retreats to first. Let's go to Brooke.
Jarred Kelenic is making big strides at the plate, and he told me one of the biggest lessons for him has been learning how important game planning is at the big league level. He said in the minors he was athletic enough to get by without really having a detailed plan at the plate, and when he struggled he'd just go to the cage and try to fix the swing mechanically. But now he says he's realized everybody in the big leagues is talented, and what separates hitters is having a plan, knowing what you're looking for, and being confident in what you're willing to give up in an at-bat, guys.
Brooke, it's been so cool to see the growth of Jarred Kelenic. Everyone has labeled him as one of the top prospects in the game. He's been in a couple organizations now, with the Mariners, with the Braves, now the White Sox. But he said because of the game planning that he has worked on, he's not even thinking about his swing in the box. It's more of what pitch do I want to attack?
Well, whatever he's going through, he's been through many times before. But you don't know how many chances you're going to get, and this is a huge chance for him. The Sox were trying to figure out their outfield. They brought in Kelenic, who's done a very nice job.
Diaz the stop behind the plate. Kelenic singled and scored in the second inning when the White Sox put up 2 runs. He goes down swinging to end this third inning. White Sox get a run and lead it 3-0. Statcast 3 is powered by Google Cloud. We take a look at Noah Schultz and how he attacked Garcia the first time up.
And look at the location. Despite the fact that he loves to pitch inside to the right-hand hitters, he stayed completely away this entire at-bat. Tried to throw the backdoor slider and eventually took him down with a fastball, a 2-seamer. So now we'll see second time, because he showed him everything away the first time. If he does try to come back inside, and you can see 42% of pitches thrown inside, number 2 in the major leagues.
Well, this has been the best start we have seen so far from Noah Schultz. First time in his young career he has faced the minimum through 3 innings. 2-0 here to Garcia. The count.
You'd love to see one out when Witt comes to bat. He's in the on deck circle. One of the things that makes Schultz's fastball as deceptive as it is that he hides it behind him for a while, and at 6'10" he has a big body to hide the ball. So perceived velocity is a little bit better than actual velocity.
Second walk given up by Schultz, and that'll start this fourth inning. This half inning is brought to you by Toyota. So just the second base runner allowed as Bobby Witt Jr. steps in and ground out his first time up.
And despite the fact that he is enormously speedy, he has grounded to 6 double plays, and that leads the team in that department.
You have been very good at predicting the future recently, so.
Yeah, this one I'm not thinking he's going to do that, but you'd certainly love to see something in the infield.
You're just going to put it out in the universe.
you never know.
Snap throw to first.
Now Garcia will run on occasion, but he's not all that good at it. He's swiped 4 bags, but he's tried 7 times.
That one gets past Romo, as Michael Garcia will get second.
Have to wait to see it scored. He's sitting inside and doesn't catch it, so we'll see what the official score says. Calls it a wild pitch.
One of the things we're watching tonight, Kyle Teal in his rehab assignment in AAA, 1 for 4 last night with a home run. He is 0 for 2 with a walk so far tonight. Braden Montgomery hit his first AAA home run tonight.
He'll hit a few more. And for Noah, he's really had a hard time locating a lot of his pitches. Now he's starting to fall behind to some pretty dangerous hitters, and this is not a good spot to be in.
Shakes off the first on this 3-1 pitch.
They want to review this one, however, I believe. I think Drew thought it caught the plate.
And Matt Quatrera is not happy with Jen Powell, feeling like that call was made way too late. And he has come out of the dugout. And the crew chief, Chris Conroy, has come from his position at third and will get in between.
We'll watch it here. Looks like it might have been high. And I don't think that was an inordinate amount of time to call for an appeal.
ABS powered by T-Mobile as we take a look at this last pitch.
It's up and out of the zone.
Ball is confirmed. Chicago has 1 challenge remaining.
Bove comes out to have a word with Noah Schultz. That's the 3rd walk in the last 2 innings. Follow our Sox at ChicagoSportsNetwork.com, presented by Nationwide Insurance Agent Jeff Vukovich. Get to enjoy knowing the Vuk as much as you do the jingle at JeffVuk.com, because Nationwide is on your side.
So not sure what this delay is for, but we do have White Sox personnel who are on the field talking to the crew chief, Chris Conroy, right now, explaining something. And he's now going to come into home and have a conversation with Matt Quatrero. And Will Venable is also going to be told and given an update as to what is going on right now. We do not know, so we're not going to share anything at the moment. But for White Sox team personnel to come on the field and alert the crew chief, something serious has to have happened.
Well, whatever it is, the umpires are satisfied. They should give Noah a chance to throw some pitches, however. He's been standing out there in cool temperatures for a while. We'll see how many they allow him.
So what we can tell you is that there is a medical emergency in the stadium that has caused this momentary delay right now. So once we have more information on this situation, we will give it to you, but we will back to live game action right now as Lane Thomas steps in.
Thomas is a platoon player these days. Will play against a lot of the left-handers.
In a situation something like that maybe help a pitcher take his mind away from things, that just momentary delay in the action?
Well, it depends on your pitching coach and what he said when he went out there. But the biggest problem is that Noah is not hitting his spots on the inside part of the plate. He's going in a lot, which he usually does, but he's getting very few called strikes in there.
Two balls and a strike to count. And he misses down ball 3. He has walked the last 2 batters to start this 4th inning. And this is already the 6th 3-ball count tonight. So he will now walk the bases loaded as Schultz takes a walk behind the mound to try to regroup. A very dangerous hitter at the plate, Salvador Perez, smoked one to center field. The wind knocked it down, kept it in the ballpark his first time up.
He's also grounded into 6 double plays, and being a catcher with some older legs, you got to get the ground ball if you can. That was maybe the best slider Noah's thrown all night. He was a little bit out ahead of that one,
I would say.
Took it into the upper deck, almost parallel with third base.
Bases loaded, nobody out in this 4th inning. And swing and a miss, strike 3. Big strikeout for Schultz, out number 1.
Looks like he goes to the 2-seamer, and good late movement on that. That was a strike a long time. It's a change. You see the movement. He completely fooled Perez, who was well out in front of it. Now you are a ground ball double play away from getting out of the inning.
Schultz is still trying to get that first pitch strike over.
That looked like a pretty good pitch. And the bullpen up and going. Tyler Davis. It was kind of a delayed call. However, I'm sure Powell audibly let everybody know it was a strike before she used the hand motion.
Schultz in a jam here in this fourth inning. Bases loaded, 1-2 count here to Lofton. Three walks have loaded the bases. 1-2. And the air to right field. It is Kelnick backing up. He will make the catch. It is Garcia tagging from third and scoring as the Royals get on the board here in this fourth inning.
For Lofton, who got the job done, his 13th driven in. Leaves runners at the corners, and now Noah's 1 out away from getting out of it. And if he gets out of this with just 1 run, it will be a job well done.
Schultz was cruising through 3, had faced the minimum for the first time in his career, but walked the first 3 batters here in this fourth inning. Vinny Pasquantino 0 for 1 today. And if you're Schultz, it's got to feel good to at least face a lefty here.
It was going to be a big adrenaline rush if he can get out of this with just a 1 run.
And on the hands, popped up. Everybody converging. And Antonacci couldn't squeeze. 1 run scores. The throw to the plate, not in time. As all 3 walks have come around to score, and this game is now tied.
We'll take another look at it. It's a good effort, but it's almost in no man's land. Antonacci comes on, can't get to it. When he dove for the ball, your head moves. And sometimes it takes your glove out of the position to make the catch.
This one is lined into center by Marte.
That normally would have scored a run, because I don't know why Pasquantino was still at first base after all that was going on in left field. But fortunately, he did stay there. First ball fastball. Marte goes down and gets it.
That hit to Pasquantino was the first hit to a lefty that Noah Schultz has given up in his career. Made a good pitch.
Very labor intensive inning for Noah.
On the ground, Montgomery backing up, gets the force out at second. This game is now tied at 3.
The Chicago White Sox and GovX are proud to honor our hero of the game. Tonight we pay tribute to Sergeant First Class Raymond Sagaya of the Illinois Army National Guard.
Welcome back. 29 pitches from Noah Schultz in that 4th inning, giving up 3 runs. As this game is tied at 3 as we start this home half of the 4th.
Noah's on the bench. He's shaking his head, but you got to put that behind you. That happened. Nothing you can do about it now. He'll look at a lot of video later to see exactly if it was a mechanical issue, stopped him from throwing strikes. But he's got a tie game just where he started this game. Still bear in mind that at 22 years of age, there's still a lot of growing to do as far as pitching acumen.
And a challenge by Diaz, the catcher.
The catcher is challenging the call ball.
ABS powered by T-Mobile as we take a look, and the call is overturned.
The call is overturned. Kansas City has 2 challenges remaining.
So it's now 1-2 the count here to Peters.
Good job of staying alive there, because that was an emergency hack. At the end, it was a breaking ball. It had too much of the plate to take. Watch it again. Late swing and just goes down and ticks it.
Called strike 3 on Peters.
Sox fans, miss yesterday's game? With the Chicago Sports Network app, you can watch full game replays on demand anytime, anywhere. Start your 7-day free trial today at subscribe.chsn.com. Chicago Sports Network, full stream ahead.
Really want to thank everybody who reached out last night. Received hundreds of messages of people watching everywhere. Obviously not able to get all the shout outs in, but the response has been overwhelmingly positive, that people love the interaction here with the booth. So
challenging the call ball.
Another challenge by Diaz behind the plate.
That takes him down to 1.
Kansas City has 1 challenge remaining.
So both teams with 1 challenge remaining, but since the fans love the shout outs, we will bring it back throughout the rest of the season. As Romo in the air to right field. Marte will make the catch, and there's 2 away here to start this home half of the 4th.
Marte these days is a platoon player, and this is the lineup that the Royals use against the left-hand starters.
That is now 999 career strikeouts for Seth Lugo. Excuse me, that was number 1,000. He picked up his 4th strikeout tonight. So 1,000 career strikeouts. Congratulations to Seth Lugo. .36 years old. He has been around a while. And as you mentioned earlier, he's not going to overpower you. The definition of a pitcher. Ground ball up through the middle. And Antonacci takes that hard turn, and he's going to test it to throw to second. You cannot be serious. I love this kid. Antonacci turns it into a double.
Well, he never gave up, and that's one of the parts of the culture that Will and his staff ingrained in them in spring training. And that is, you think double until they show you it's just a single. And watch Sam. He accelerates. He sees he's got a chance. Runs it into a double, and this double is brought to you by Elgin Hyundai, home of the 20-year, 200,000-mile double warranty. Just flat-out hustle there.
Steve, how many players can even pull off something like that Antonacci just did?
Well, I got to tell you, I wrote down single on my scorebook. And then when I saw him take off, I thought he's got a chance. And there it was, a double, and he's in scoring position. It's that kind of hustle by this whole team that's going to keep them in just about every game they play.
Seemed like just a basic ground ball into center field. And Thomas thought so as well. That's why he did not get to it with any kind of urgency.
This is going to be moving forward, especially in everybody's scouting report, was you got to hustle to the ball in the outfield. You can't just leisurely get there and toss it back in, because a lot of these Sox base runners will run it into a double.
Bottom of the 4th. This half inning is brought to you by Davis Law. Chance for Munetaka Murakami to give the White Sox the lead again. 3-2.
Lugo went to the changeup. He had Monet well out in front of it, but he was able to stay alive. Look, we're in the fourth inning and 78 pitches already by Lugo, so it's not going to be one of these extended performances you would think.
Murakami high in the air to right field. It is Marte at the wall, and this one goes foul.
Well, that's what home run hitters will do. That ball was in off the plate. That was ball 4, but he thought he'd have a good shot at it and hit it a long way just on the wrong side of the pole. It's a 4-seam fastball. It's off the plate, but he still gets the good part of the bat on it. A towering fly ball.
Murakami to center field. It is Thomas settling underneath, and that'll do it for this fourth inning. The White Sox offense put up 2 runs early, adding another. It was 3-0. But this game is now tied at 3 apiece. White Sox with a chance to get to 500 with a win tonight. A lot of ball game left. Top of the 5th inning, we are all tied at 3. This half inning is brought to you by St. Xavier University. Look, the earmuffs are appropriate tonight with the cool temperatures here in Chicago. Diaz starts things off 9-1-2 in the order of the plate for the Royals here in this 5th inning. On the ground, big hop to Colson Montgomery. And Diaz is retired for out number 1.
That ball was hit hard, and it shows you that Colson will get in front of most everything. And when he does, the throws are very accurate. He doesn't gun it across, although he's got the ability to do that. But he knows it's a catcher running. Take it leisurely, and they get it out. Watch it again as he has to give a little ground, and that's okay when you don't have a speed burner going. Nice, easy, relaxed throw to first.
It was a very lengthy 29-pitch 4th inning for Noah Schultz. As he faces top of the order here, Michael Garcia. So the 4th inning historically for Noah Schultz. It's the 5th time allowing 2 or more runs in an inning.
These are the 2 guys that make it happen at the top of this order, Garcia and Witt.
And for Schultz, it's been the walks that have been the issue so far here tonight.
And I think that's going to be it. He doesn't want the youngster to pitch his way into any more problems. So Will comes walking out. Schultz is going to understand that when you don't get the ball over, it's not going to be a long performance. And so it's to the pen we go. And we'll step out and be back after a few.
White Sox baseball on Chicago Sports Network is brought to you by Wintrust. Different approach, better results.
It's Tyler Davis on for the 7th time, the ERA at 5.68. He inherits Garcia at first, the guy that will steal a bag on occasion. Disappointing night for Noah. He didn't get hit hard, but the command just wasn't there.
Issued a career-high 5 walks, and 4 of the 6 starts now for Noah Schultz. He has walked at least 4 batters. So Tyler Davis has missed with the first 2 here to Bobby Witt Jr., who walked and scored back in the 4th inning. So we have made one scoring change. There was a wild pitch issue during Witt's last at bat up in the 4th. It has been changed to a pass ball now. And a walk to Witt Jr. Royals have just 2 hits tonight, but it's been the free passes that have allowed them to tie this game.
Now Davis has got to look back a couple times at Garcia because this is a potential double steal. Thomas doesn't face many right-handers these days. Usually Isbell in that situation.
Tell Davis was being very careful with Bobby Witt Jr., but coming right at Lane Thomas. 0-2.
Outfield straightaway, you can actually cheat in a couple of steps with the wind, but the wind is starting to die down as it gets darker.
White Sox find themselves 2 games back of Cleveland in first place because the Guardians beat the Angels 4-2 earlier today. A very tight race in the AL Central, where Kami runs out of room as this one is out of play. But the White Sox entering play tonight, if the playoffs ended, have that 3rd and final wild card spot.
Well, the Tigers and Royals share last place in the division, but everybody still believes they got a shot.
It is one of those divisions where nobody is running away with it yet, even though Cleveland, the only team above 500. Plenty of divisional games left to be played. 1-2. Strike 3.
That was a big pitch. It's there. Good late movement. 96 on the corner. Thomas gives up on it. Now you got to get by Perez, who struck out swinging last time up.
Perez thought about it, but did holds up his swing. Ball 1. Hit hard. Montgomery stays in front and gets the force out at second. So no damage done here in the 5th. We stay tied at 3.
Friday Night All Access returns this Friday on CHSN Crosstown Style. Go behind the rivalry with mic'd up moments, in-game interviews, and deeper coverage all night long. Stream it live on the CHSN app and start your 7-day free trial at subscribe.chsn.com.
Miguel Vargas, first pitch into the air, back in left field, out the wall.
Makes
and the catch is made by Collins. What a grab. Wow.
Cooler temperatures and the wind ever so gently blowing in kept this one in the ballpark as Miguel bidding for home run number 10. But Collins goes up. Don't think it had been out, but it had been high off the wall at least for 2, and Lugo is mighty happy with that.
Now on Friday night, as part of that Friday Night All Access show, Miguel Vargas will be mic'd up for us. Hopefully it'll be a home run reaction next time that happens.
Well, that's one of the real entertaining parts of our Friday Night All Access is getting to hear from players how they interact with other players, sometimes how they interact with the umpires. It's kind of a nice addition to Friday Night All Access.
He also can pick up some teachable moments. A lot of times when there's base runners getting instruction from first or third base coaches. Looking forward to it, and especially in the Crosstown series. Broken bat, Montgomery will deliver that one into right field. A one-out single here in this 5th inning.
This is a changeup, and Colson able to just get enough to drive it into right field. It's a good piece of hitting. This is a changeup low and away. He was able to stay with it and get his 2nd hit of the night.
A bat for a hit. Take that trade every day.
Take it all the time.
Meidroth with the bunt. Lugo fielding and throws a strike to first as Montgomery advances to 2nd.
Make no mistake, that was not a bunt for a sacrifice. That was a bunt for a hit. He took a look down at Garcia. Now it'll be the official scorer's decision on what he wants to do, but he saw Garcia back. You're not looking for a high breaking ball when you're going to bunt. It was a good idea. Lugo's back foot slipped a bit on the throw.
Runner in scoring position here for Andrew Benintendi, but there are 2 outs now. As the first 2 miss outside here to Benny.
Well, he hit the ball very hard last time up, but unfortunately he lined it right at Marte.
Bottom 5 this half inning. It is brought to you by Prevagen. Do you give Benny the 3-0 green light here?
Yes, I do. I do indeed. He hit the ball very well last time. Decided that he would wait for another.
90 pitches now for Lugo. He went 102 pitches in his last outing on Thursday. Way inside, ball 4. Gives this one a ride into right field. Goes off the wall. Montgomery scores. Benintendi safe behind him. They'll throw to third, and they will get Kelenic. But both runs scored, and the Sox take a 5-3 lead after 5.
2nd hit of the night. 2nd and 3rd runs batted into the year. This one had a little topspin on it, took it over Marte's head, and then it's off to the races. Justin Jerchley is shown to be a very aggressive third base coach, and he says, come on. Makes it easily at the plate, and it ends at 3rd.
Welcome back. White Sox retake the lead. It is now 5-3 here to start this 6th inning. Let's take a look at that base running.
And watch Jarred Kelenic. Right here, after he stops, you can't go on to 3rd. But he drove in 2 big runs. And the Sox once again have the lead. And the funny part about that is that there's no doubt Lugo pitched around Benintendi. He didn't want to face him in that situation. He had 3 previous hits against him career-wise. Figured he'd take a chance with the next guy up, and the next guy up did him in.
Chopper to 3rd. Vargas, he will show off the arm, and he does get Lofton to start this 6th inning.
Boy, that's a good play by Vargas. Nice skip across the diamond. And Lofton, with pretty good speed, gets nipped at first. This is a tough play. You got to wait back, and the only throw is the skip, and he gets him. Good effort.
Tyler Davis loves the effort from his infield as he faces Vinny Pasquantino. Dumped in a single to left center field that drove in 2 runs back in the 4th.
That was a very good pitch. Coming off, shaving off the outside corner with the first pitch, he went in on the hands of Pasquantino. And now you got him in an 0-2 hole.
From Davis. Pasquantino could not hold it up, almost fell over. A strikeout from Davis.
He goes to the high heat, and it's way out of the zone. Pasquantino can't check it up, almost turns himself into a pretzel. He's lucky he didn't have any ankle problems with that left ankle.
That might make SportsCenter not top 10. Nice 1-2-3 inning for Tyler Davis. Sox with a 2-run lead.
This game is brought to you by Marquette Bank. Marquette Bank is Chicagoland's trusted neighborhood bank and home lender. So level up your banking with Marquette Bank at emarquettebank.com. Marquette Bank, love where you bank. And Steven Cruz comes on for the 8th time. His ERA, well, it's up there. Sox looking for some more. It's not real comfortable just with a 2-run lead over this Kansas City team.
Tristan Peters 1 for 2 tonight. Sox score 2 in the 2nd, 1 in the 3rd, 2 more in the 5th. As both starters are now out of this ball game. In the bullpen.
Seth Lugo walked 2 guys. They both scored. Sox did a pretty good job against a pitcher who's really handled them in the past. 5 runs on 8 hits.
Since Lugo joined the Royals, a 3-1 record with an ERA under 1.5. He has had good numbers against the White Sox.
And today they just got to him.
Pitch is in there, called, strike 3 to Peters. Let's go to Brooke.
Drew Romo's stat line, guys, right now is almost, it doesn't really make sense. Coming into this game, he was hitting just 200, but 4 of his 5 hits this season have been homers, which is why his OPS is sitting over 1,000 and his WRC plus is over 200, despite only having 5 total hits. League average is 100, by the way. Romo told me, you know, he credits the power surge maybe to his new custom bat he started using with a slightly heavier barrel, which creates harder contact. But whether it's his bat or not, guys, when he's at the plate, he's making quite an impact.
It's wild what he is doing. The White Sox did not see this kind of power coming from him. His first 5 hits are extra base hits. Since 1961, only 3 other Sox players have done that. You ready for this name on this list that he has joined?
Sure.
Robin Ventura, 1995.
Pretty good.
Frank Thomas, 2001.
Awfully good.
And Jake Berger, 2023.
They could hit some home runs.
4 home runs and a double. His first 5 hits here with the White Sox. Keep it coming.
Pretty amazing.
He understands, like a lot of the players who've been brought up this season, it's an opportunity. Show what you can do. I think Derek Hill said something very interesting after the game last night. He was the hero, that pinch hit home run in the 8th and the great catch in the 9th. And Derek Hill said it just seems like everyone who's either called up or traded or brought to this organization quickly gets on board. He did go around. So strike 3 on Romo. And Derek Hill said it seems like everyone is just pushing, pulling in the right direction. He said this is the most fun I have had playing baseball, part of this organization.
And look, you're going to go after some free agents. You're going to go after and make some trades. And the White Sox are certainly becoming known as a team that will allow guys to come up to the major leagues. There's other teams that will keep guys in minor leagues for a long time. This is not one of them. And they've always shown that a young guy with promise, if he keeps doing it in the minor leagues consistently, he will get a shot here. Then it's up to him how he performs, but he's going to get an opportunity.
Guys like this, Sam Antonacci. That play he made the last time up, you can clip that. And that will just sum up who he is as a player, turning a single into a double on a ground ball in a center field.
Yeah, it looked like a routine single, actually, but he never gave up on it.
As they bounce her to the right side, it is left and backhanding, throws it away. Antonacci takes a peek. He takes off for second. And the White Sox threatening now with 2 outs here in the 6th.
I love the fact that Sam actually looked back and saw that that ball had gotten away pretty far. Right here, Sam's turning to his right, taking a look at a ball that is now behind him and realizing that there's nobody going to be able to get to it before he gets to second base. Again, just flat out hustle.
Was that because his momentum was going the other way, or did he just get the yips there? Because that thing wasn't even close.
No, I don't know. It was a side flip throw. No, it wasn't in the neighborhood at all.
Chance for Murakami to extend this White Sox lead here in the 6th inning. Bottom 6 this half inning is brought to you by Elgin Hyundai. Green light here.
Oh, absolutely. If he doesn't get a green light, there'll be an investigation.
The greenest of green lights. But an off-speed pitch, strike 1.
Yeah, he got a little cutter, and I think what Murakami saw was the spin. He doesn't want to hit the spin until he just has to.
Antonacci always putting pressure on the defense. Stands at second. Three one.
That was almost in the middle of the plate and was down.
Payoff to Murakami, and there is ball 4.
Une does have a whole lot of patience. If you don't throw him strikes, he's not going to be swinging.
White Sox got off to a tough start this season. The offense wasn't really clicking, and it felt like it was that series in Kansas City in April where the White Sox split the 4-game series, where it started to seem like the White Sox were turning things around, and that's where we saw the much improved play start. And now it's carrying over here, the second series now facing the Royals.
Look, there's a lot of these guys came from different places. Some came up from the minor leagues, some came up from other teams. And as you start to gel, you learn how to win together. That's exactly what's happening. We're still in the process of that. This is far from a finished product, but this team is showing some signs of really starting to believe on a daily basis that they can beat anybody.
So often the last few years we saw the White Sox making mistakes, other teams taking advantage. It's now the other way around. When other teams are making mistakes, the White Sox are the ones cashing in. Broken bat, it is popped up into right field as Marte will make the catch to end this 6th inning. Ready for your winning moment. Find it at Wind Creek Chicago Southland, where the action never stops. Play the hottest table games, enjoy the newest slots, and celebrate big jackpots. At Wind Creek, there's a win waiting for you around every corner. Look at that good hound here at the ballpark tonight. Maybe a little past the bedtime.
Yeah. Jordan Hicks comes out for the 17th time. His ERA a fine 3.68. Inherits a 2-run lead.
Faces Isaac Collins, 8-9-1 in the order for the Royals.
Have to credit Tyler Davis with a job well done, holding the Royals there so the Sox could come back and retake the lead.
Is going to plunk Collins.
It's a slider and catches him just above the knee.
We had the break in the action in the 4th inning. We now know why. Tonight's game, it was delayed in the 4th to allow White Sox personnel to treat a fan who had fallen into the visiting team's bullpen. So the fan has now been transported to a local hospital for treatment. We certainly hope that they will be okay here tonight. So pinch hitter at the plate. It'll be Carter Jensen taking over here in the 9-hole. Big fastball from Hicks at 99. It is so much fun just watching the ball explode out of his hand.
Well, he's always had a huge fastball. That was starting with his days with St. Louis, where I think he was clocked over 105 miles an hour. So the big fastball isn't there, but it decreased just to a gentle 99 plus.
0-2. Collins on at first here to start this 7th inning. Ground ball, and that one gets through into right center field. Collins keeps going. He will race first to third. And let's send it to Brooke.
Yeah, guys, well, we talked about how Jordan Hicks is really staying sharper lately, and he told me that's due to a small posture adjustment. He said the staff noticed he drifted away from staying more upright in his delivery, and once he got back to that, he immediately felt a difference in just how his arm was working through the zone.
Well, he's in a jam here, and he's got to make some big pitches because we're back at the top of the order. Garcia and Witt together have walked 4 times, 2 apiece.
Tell Garcia he was in take mode all the way there. Little wrinkle to that pitch, and it's 0-2. Royals tonight, runners in scoring position. They are 1 for 5.
There's Sean Newcomb getting loosened up, and in the Royal pen, it's Lynch and Schreiber.
One ball, 2 strikes here to Michael Garcia. Did he offer it that one? He did not. Ball 2.
Field of Ben May said no.
Nobody out here in the 7th inning. There's one. The strikeout from Jordan Hicks.
Well, Hicks knew that the strikeout would come on a slider, and he kept on throwing it. The 3rd time in a row was the charm. You see the off-center grip. Good spin and awkward swing by Garcia, who strikes out for the 2nd time. It's a night of no contact, couple of walks, couple of strikeouts.
Talked about Vargas, who did a nice job early in their game keeping his hands back. Garcia just let those things fly.
Witt looked in at Powell and didn't think initially it was a strike. It was a hanging slider, but it stayed there in the zone. That was anything but a hanging slider. That was the same wipeout pitch to use for Garcia. Stayed a strike for a while, but when you have 99 in your back pocket, the hitter doesn't have a lot of time to decide.
0-2. Yes, sir. 2 down here in the 7th.
Two really good sliders, and this of the wipeout variety.
To make Bobby Witt Jr. look like that, you know the stuff is good tonight from Jordan Hicks.
Jordan wants to end it here because Salvi Perez, although he grounded out to end the inning in the 5th, hit that ball 107 miles an hour exit velocity.
He smoked a few balls tonight.
Yeah, he's swinging it pretty well.
Hicks takes a look at the runners on at 1st and 3rd. That adjustment he made that Brooke talked about, it has worked as his command has been dialed in.
Well, you're one slider away from getting out of this, because the same slider he threw to Garcia and Witt ends this at bat.
1-2.
Just a little too far outside. Good thought.
Even on a chilly night, the stuff from Jordan Hicks is firing up this crowd right now. 2 balls, 2 strikes. He did not go around Ben May on the call at 1st.
That one could have gone either way. Looked like he checked it up. That fan can't believe it.
3-2. Got him looking. Electric stuff from Jordan Hicks. 3 punch-outs here in the 7th.
First on a slider. The second on a slider. And the third, you guessed it, on a slider.
Let's sit down on the farm where the White Sox have Kyle Teal rehabbing at AAA Charlotte. His second game tonight, played the whole way as the DH. He homered in his first game as a catcher last night. 2 notable promotions in Colby Shelton and Anthony DePino from High A Winston to AA. They've been crushing it as 23-year-olds in High A. Next challenge is on the way. Shelton homer tonight. He could crawl up the list of prospects. Braden Montgomery has already done all the prospect list crawling. He homered his first at AAA Charlotte, guys.
Hey, let's clap it up. Braden Montgomery, first home run in AAA. He is making his way through the organization.
Young man has a whole lot of talent. He came over in the Red Sox deal.
Colson Montgomery, a no-doubter. Starts off this bottom of the 7th with a bang. 11th home run of the season, and the Sox take a 6-3 lead.
No sooner did Schreiber take his warm-up pitches than Colson took it deep. Schreiber throws low 3/4, and left-handers can see it all the way. Time now for the Lexus Experience Amazing home run replay. That one hanging out over the plate, and a rocket. A 3-run lead.
Montgomery, my drop now attacking the first pitch as he will ground out to short. The power in the bat from Colson Montgomery. Even he is amazed as he tattooed that one.
Kind of interesting, because Lynch and Schreiber were up, and 3 of the first 4 hitters are left-handed.
Let's take another look at that swing from Colson Montgomery.
He waited and perfectly made contact. Great timing. Mike Vassell is ecstatic.
You don't have to adjust your TV. That is the smoke getting in the way of the camera that was fired off from the fireworks still billowing here at Rate Field. More smoke because we want the home runs to keep coming for the White Sox.
But the first 5, nary a home run. Sox were manufacturing some runs, and then the long ball.
Second hardest hit ball of the season for Colson Montgomery. Over 110 miles per hour off the bat.
That swing, I mean, he'll look at that and realize that he did just about everything perfectly on that swing.
Jared Kelenic, he has really dialed in his swing. Drove in 2 runs back in the 5th inning. Was thrown out at 3rd, trying to stretch a double into a triple.
Colson's looking over that swing right now.
So Kelnick will draw a 2-out walk here as Tristan Peters steps in. It's time now for a message from Ankin Law.
Howard, my dad was T-boned by a utility vehicle. What should I do?
Ankin Law is injury law made personal. If you've been hurt at work in a car accident or suffered a medical mistake, call 312-6-million.
Do you remember the smoke hanging around this much after the fireworks go off?
There's not much wind tonight. I mean, the wind that was pretty brisk when the game started kind of has dissipated. Maybe they ordered fireworks with extra smoke.
White Sox want all the smoke right now.
Left-handers getting a pretty good look at Schreiber.
Will tonight be the night that Tristan Peters pops his first one? He's done pretty much everything else for this White Sox team defensively. At the plate, whether it be bunting, singles, or running the bases. Finds that open hole on the left side and pokes it through. A 2-out single here for Peters keeps it going.
Good piece of hitting, because this one was just dying away from Peters. Again, left-handers getting some good swings at the almost sidearm right-hand pitcher.
Drew Romo is 0 for 3 tonight. Third start in a row behind the plate as he is getting more and more playing time at the catching position. That one gets away from Jensen. Runners will both advance. It is ruled a wild pitch.
It's a good block initially, but heads up base running. And Kelnick was able to beat the play. It's a good pick to keep that out of left field, however.
And now it looks like Jensen is a little shaken up there.
I think he got it. He might have gotten it in the throat. Watch it again. He does. He gets it under the mask and gets it just on the side of the throat, and that is really uncomfortable.
So he will stay in the game as he puts the mask back on.
That's one of the reasons, and if there's any young catchers with us tonight, is why you always keep your head down. You protect your throat. If you lift your head up at all, you're going to get hit. Right down the middle.
So Romo uses his time as he looks on. A couple runners in scoring position here in the 7th inning. One-two pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Colson Montgomery led it off. A solo home run. Steve, this was a blast.
Got every bit of that. Sending the dugout into delirium and giving the Sox a 3-run lead. This memorable moment is presented by Prevagen. And after pitching himself into a jam, the slider got him out of it with 3 strikeouts, the last one looking. He'll give way to Sean Newcomb, who will come on with a 3-run lead, on for the 18th time. The ERA a fine one at 3.18.
Fastball misses up here to Salvador Perez, who is 0 for 3 so far tonight. White Sox pitching has held this Royals lineup just 3 hits so far. On the ground, it is Montgomery. And there's one away here to start this 8th inning. Welcome back inside the booth alongside Steve Stone. I'm John Schriffen. All right, I know I said we were going to bring back shout-outs at some point this season. People keep reaching out, and I love the excitement from everybody. We're not going to do it on a nightly basis, but we do love the interaction from fans watching all over the world tuned into the Sox.
The good part about this one is Sox took the early lead, then gave it up, and then recaptured the early lead. And also they're getting it a little bit bigger as we head into the late innings. So some nice pitching today, and hopefully the hitters will continue to do what they've been doing, which is score some runs when they don't hit it out of the park. And then we have some guys that can consistently hit it out of the park.
How about the buttons that Will Venable's been pushing late in this game? Last night we saw him switch up Sir Anthony Dominguez in the 8th versus the 9th.
And also, look, Hicks needed an inning. I mean, he hadn't pitched in a bit, so we got him the inning tonight. And that stuff, especially the slider, turned out to be just overwhelming.
One away in this 8th inning. Sean Newcomb faces Nick Lofton. Wow, that did not miss by much there. 3-2.
I think that one hit him. Probably would have rather have taken ball 4 as opposed to get clipped by this one. That slider followed him all the way across, and he couldn't get out of the way of it. Once he planted that lead leg, there was no place for him to go.
Manager Matt Quatrera looking on at his guys as the White Sox need 5 more outs here tonight to wrap up this win, and it would mean a series win against these Royals. Broken bat, slow roll to the right side. Mydroth gets the lead runner, and that's all the White Sox will get. 2 away here in the 8th. White Sox fans, the Crosstown Series is coming to the South Side this week. Grab your friends and family and head to Rate Field Friday, May 15th through Sunday, May 17th. Don't miss out. To purchase your Crosstown Series tickets, visit whitesox.com/tickets. Little one all bundled up here tonight as the temperatures continue to drop here in Chicago.
The bundle up is a wise choice.
I just keep looking forward to the forecast this weekend. I know things change here in Chicago by the day, but it is supposed to be warmer temperatures throughout the weekend for that series versus the Cubs.
It's going to be a lot warmer, and hopefully the rain decides to either come along before the game or well after the game and doesn't disrupt what should be just an electric series. Now, Cubs lost again tonight to Atlanta, who's a very good team. And the Sox want to come into that series with as much momentum as they possibly can have.
If this score holds, that would be 4 in a row for the White Sox here tonight. As Newcomb looking for the final out here in this 8th inning. Nasty pitch, strike 3. Welcome back. Bottom of the 8th. White Sox with a 6-3 lead over the Royals here in Game 2 of this series. It is time for Working on a Win, brought to you by the Home Depot. It is Sam Antonacci, what he has done over his last 12 games. Steve, it has been impressive.
Well, he's been certainly the spark plug and the table setter, and Will decided to put him at the top, which it appears he's really enjoying. Got a new pitcher in the ball game. It's Alex Lang on for the 17th time. The ERA a whole lot higher than he would like, and when he was with the Tigers, he was overwhelming a lot of the time.
Oh my goodness. Antonacci eats that one. Wasn't even close.
I'm not sure if you ever get used to being hit, but Sam over the last year plus has been hit a lot. This gets him in the hamstring. Antonacci, no stranger to that.
So the 8th time that Antonacci has been hit by a pitch already this season.
Well, the way he stands up there and gets close enough to the plate, he's going to be hit a lot more than that this year.
1-1 here to Murakami. That one missing inside, ball 2.
Lang at one point was a closer for the Tigers. Now trying to resurrect his career as a pensman for these Royals.
Antonacci takes off, and Lang has him in a pickle. Pasquantino throws to Bobby Witt Jr. They run at Antonacci. A lot of throws. He's still alive here, and will eventually be tagged out for the first out here in this bottom of the 8th.
Well, we'll take a look at the rundown. That's played very poorly because you try for one throw. And there's the one throw. It's 2 throws, 3 throws before finally he's taken down.
He's scoring at home, and is a caught stealing 1-3-6, 3-4. Murakami high in the air to right field, but it will stay in the ballpark. And there is out number 2. It is time to check in and find out what is coming up on White Sox Postgame Live, presented by Yingling. We check in with Chuck and Ozzy.
We have a lot coming up, but even Murakami fly ball outs are exciting. Really quickly, Antonacci, he's a gamer. He got hit by a pitch. If that was you, what would you have done?
I'm still there waiting for them to come out. Say, well, I hear, we're there. Make sure they wait for me to come back and get ready.
Oh, so the pitcher spends a lot of time just waiting. Yeah, you hit me. You can wait a while before.
I go to trainers and go back to right field, get a little warm up, go back in there, check it out again, put my pants down, check it right here. Make sure you stay there for a couple hours.
Have Lang to spend about 5 hours on the mound for his next pitch. Great post-game show coming your way. We'll see you then.
I want to know what that red buzzer is on the desk. Something special they got cooking in the postgame show. I like it.
Good beat to send up a beef sandwich, you know. that wouldn't be so bad. Yeah, some extra peppers on there if you would.
2 outs here for Miguel Vargas. I think if we had a buzzer in the booth, it would be for a Vienna beef hot dog.
That'd be pretty good. Sir Anthony Dominguez getting ready to go.
Seen a few of those overthrows from Lang, just missing way wide.
Time now for the Toyota Let's Go Places upcoming schedule, and it's Kansas City for one more. The series finale, that's on Thursday. The Cubs come to town for a huge 3-game series, and it's off to Seattle and San Francisco.
Get your tickets. Crosstown series this weekend. 3-2.
There are still tickets available, but great seats available for Friday and Sunday. There's going to be a lot of people here for the entire series, but right now, Friday and Sunday looks like your best shot at great tickets.
Also, get your parking pass. Get that thing early. 3-2. Because that's the big difference, right?
Yep.
When you come here to the south side, you get a chance to park, tailgate. You can get out here early, bring everybody out.
There it is. That's going to be the jerseys, except Sox will not be wearing gray.
A called strike 3, and that'll do it for the 8th. Bob Vargas wanted the challenge. He will put it in his pocket as we go to the 9th. White Sox take a lead into the 9th. New pitcher on the mound, swinging at the first one, Murakami. The flip to Sir Anthony Dominguez, one away.
One pitch, one out. Can't ask for much more than that. And retiring the #1 hitter with a 3-run lead late is what you're looking for. Dominguez on for the 19th time. Looking for 10 out of 12 save opportunities. And he's got 1 out and 2 to go as Derek Hill comes in the ball game to play left field.
We saw the catch he made last night in the 9th inning. A great insurance policy you have when you can bring Derek Hill into the game late off the bench.
Well, either way, I mean, whether it's stealing a base, playing some defense, or as we saw, hitting a home run, he's been pretty valuable.
Jensen will line this one to the gap into right center field. Kelenic comes up throwing to second, but it is Jensen in there first. A 1-out double.
That was a really nice play by Jared Kelenic to get it close. Will says play on. He did beat the play, but 3 runs down. This is a big gamble. You get thrown out at second base and you're going to hear about it from just about everybody. Good throw. He just barely beats it.
His 4th double of the season, and the lineup turns over to Michael Garcia.
One of the big outs tonight is this out right here, because you don't want to face Witt as the tying run.
Garcia's 0 for 2 tonight. Couple strikeouts. Also has a couple of walks. On a night where we saw Noah Schultz get the start, give up 3 runs in the 4th inning, the bullpen has done a nice job to hold on ever since. Two balls and a strike here to Garcia. Good pitch, strike 2.
That was perfect on the knees on the outside corner.
2-2. Tapper to the right side. Mydroth charging. It has some funky spin. Nice job sticking with it. And there's 2 down.
Well, he was expecting a big hop, and it looked like it might have hit the seam just where the grass and the dirt meet. The ball flattened out somewhat, and Chase stayed with it. Looks like a high hopper. Doesn't turn out that way, and also it moves to his left. So a good play, and now 1 out away. It's a nice effort on a short hop.
All the fans here at Rate Field rising to their feet as Bobby Witt Jr. sends this one a long way, and it is gone.
That's why the key out of the inning was Garcia. It's now a 1-run game.
So Bobby Witt Jr. his 7th of the season.
It's a slider that just stays right in the middle of the plate. Our Lexus home run replay brings Zach Bove out from the dugout to talk with Dominguez. These have been tough and tight games with the Royals, each and every one all year. There's no quit in either of these teams.
So with a pinch hitter at the plate, Jack Caglione. That's why Zach Bove wants to have a conversation, make sure Dominguez has the scouting report. Steve, you called it. You said you've got to get to Garcia because the man on deck, and Bobby Witt Jr. does not mess around.
Yeah, representing him, I mean, coming up representing the tying run, you don't want to happen. So we got him close. Now let's see if Dominguez can shut the door. Caglione was 0 for 4 last night. He started the ball game. Hit the ball hard twice.
2 outs here in this 9th, a 1-run game now as Caglione fouls off the first pitch. Dominguez pitching on back-to-back nights. Looking to close this one out. 0-1.
Good splitter. Caglione looking fastball all the way, and that one disappeared low and away. Take a look at the movement on this one.
1 more strike. 0-2. Two outs here in the 9th. Dominguez deals, popped up. Well, this one will get out of play into the stands.
Was the off-speed pitch. Another splitter. Had Caglione well out in front of it. He just lucky to stay alive at that point.
1-2. Nothing has come easy against the Royals so far this season. And another tight one here in the 9th inning. 2-2 pitch. Got him swinging. Sir Anthony Dominguez shuts the door in the 9th, and the White Sox have now won 4 in a row, and they take this series from the Royals. And oh yeah, with the win tonight, the White Sox get to 500 for the first time this season.
A lot of people contributed to this one. At the end of the day, it was Dominguez in back-to-back games coming in and getting the job done. And that last home run by Montgomery was a deciding run. Let's go for the sweep tomorrow. Bring the brooms, and we'll see you then.
Let's get it. White Sox hold on for a 6-5 win over the Royals. We'll get the series as Colson Montgomery blasts his 11th home run of the season. What a night. White Sox with 10 hits. For Brooke Fletcher, Connor McKnight, Steve Stone, I'm John Schriffen. Thank you for spending your night with us. White Sox win. It's now time to send it to the post-game show. White Sox post-game live presented by Yingling coming your way. Chuck, Ozzie, it's all yours.